Hey everybody, this is Joe, the Texas Rideshare Guy. You can find me at texasrideshareguy.com. If you want to sign up to drive for Uber, there's a link there where you can go, and if you sign up, you may get a bonus. I'm not really sure what the bonus is right now. Uber's not really doing a whole lot of bonuses anymore, but what they are doing is they're doing a $350 guarantee, I believe, for your first 100 rides. Now, I've been driving for 4 months, and I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't have anybody to show me what to do, where to go, what the hot spots were. All I did was downloaded the app, signed up, and went out there and started making money. Now, there's some do's and don'ts that I'm going to teach you today. And if you do these things, it's also going to depend on the area that you're in. You'll have to kind of make some little changes, but if you'll follow these things that I'm going to teach you, you're guaranteed to make at least $500 a week starting out, and really once you get the hang of it, you'll make like $600 to $800 a week. Now, the first thing I would tell you is don't go chasing surges. Now, what a surge is, you'll see on the app, it'll be kind of orange and red in a certain area. And what they do is they will multiply the amount of payout that you get per ride. I have found that when I chase a boost, I never can get there on time. So don't do that. What's smart to me is picking up a passenger. Once you get a ping through the app, go pick up your passenger, take them to their destination, and wait in that area. Wait a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes. After the 15-minute period, if you don't get anything, kind of start moving down a main road or thoroughfare in the area that you're in, and I'm willing to bet within a few minutes you will get a ride. Now, I have driven in the morning, I've driven in the afternoon, and I've driven in the evening. I do not drive late nights. I have a wife, and I'm not staying out all night chasing after drunk people. Nothing against drunk people. It's just that I just don't feel like staying out till 12, 1, or 2 o'clock in the morning. And the area where I would probably pick up the most passengers that late at night anyway is about 25 miles away from me anyway. So that's one thing. Don't chase boosts. Also, number 2, check out daily what the surge promotions are. In my area, for instance, on Friday nights between 5 and 9, I can make a 1.6, which means I'm going to make 60% more on deliveries. So if it's kind of a slow day picking up passengers, I'll just do Uber Eats deliveries between 5 and 9 in my county, basically, is where it is, Collin County, which is north of Dallas County. The airports are great to make money out of, but here's the thing that I have found. If I go there without a passenger, I end up waiting in a queue. Now, we have 2 airports in the Dallas area. We have Love Field and we have DFW Airport. DFW Airport is about 35 miles away from me, and I have to pay tolls, which are around $4.50, plus the $2 toll to get into the airport. So that's $6.50 out of my pocket just to go to the airport. So with DFW, I typically will not go out there unless I am already taking a passenger out to DFW Airport. And what happens quite a few times, probably I would say 9 out of 10 times, is that when you are taking a passenger to DFW Airport, once you drop that passenger off, you get to go ahead of the queue, front of the line, and typically will get another ping as soon as you complete your last trip. And that's a cool thing. So if I'm taking somebody from the Fairview Allen area, which is far north Dallas, to DFW Airport with tolls, that typically pays around $35. So once I've dropped that passenger off, I get to pick up another passenger almost immediately, most of the time. Now, it's a crapshoot at the airports because sometimes you're going to get a short trip and sometimes you'll get a long trip, and that's just the way that it is. Now, Love Field is pretty cool because there's no tolls out there, and there's plenty of places to park out there while you're waiting in the queue. Typically, the queue there is 40 to 80 cars for UberX. That's the only rider platform that I can actually use with my car. My car is a 2003 Toyota Avalon, but I still make $600 to $800 a week. Now, not all of that is on Uber rideshare. I actually get private rides. I also teach guitar lessons, and I also work part-time for a friend of mine that owns a swimming pool company. So I have multiple streams of income each week that helps me to make $600 to $800 a week. Now, the great thing about driving for Uber is you're the boss. You get to turn the app on and turn the app off whenever you feel like it. You are the boss. That means that you get up in the morning when you want to, and you go to sleep at night when you want to, and you do not have to worry about putting somebody else's uniform on. You wear preferably really nice street clothes. Now, getting back to Love Field is really cool. There's no toll. There's plenty of places to park out there while you're waiting in the queue. Once you pick up your passenger, you take them to their destination. If it's a short ride, typically within 10 or 15 minutes away, I'll turn around and I'll go back to the airport and pick up another rider. And typically the longest wait I have out there is about 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes to an hour. But there's no toll, so all you're losing is time. And here's the thing. Don't think of this as how much you're making per hour. Okay, think of this as profit and loss. You are a small business. You do not work for anybody but yourself. So I don't typically track how much I make per hour. What I track is how much I spend in tolls a day, how much gas I use every day, my mileage. And I also use an app on my iPhone. It's QuickBooks for the self-employed. It's a great app. I think it's like $12 a month. It tracks your miles and links up to your bank accounts, so you can track your expenditures. So here's the thing. I've been doing this now for 4 months, and I have found that typically I turn on my app about 10 o'clock in the morning and I wait for the first ping. As soon as it comes, I go pick up my passenger and I take them to their destination. And I'll wait in that area for a little bit of time. If I don't get anything, I start heading back towards my apartment. I live in Fairview. It's about 25 miles due north of downtown Dallas. I'll typically start heading back to my apartment, and when I get back here, I'll wait for another ping. I get that other ping, and I go pick up my passenger, and I take them to their destination. And once I complete the trip, usually within a few minutes, I'm getting another ping, and the next thing you know, I'm gone for 4 or 5 hours. And I can show you, I'm going to switch screens here now, and I'm going to show you what I've made this week and show you how much I've made per ride. So here's what I've made in Uber this week, $350, okay? I've done 35 trips this week. Doesn't seem like a lot, right? But I've made $170 in tips and private rides. And I have also taught a guitar lesson. So this week so far, I think I'm at about $620. Now this is Saturday. In fact, today is St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, 2018. And you can see in the rides that I've done this week, like I said, I've done 35 trips. Okay, you can notice today I had one trip today. I took a private ride this morning that I made $20 on. I turned on the app in the area where my rider was, and look at I made $18.64. Not bad. Couple of, yesterday on Friday, couple of small ones, $12 one, which is a medium one, another $12 one. Let me see if I can find an airport run that I've done this week. Yeah, I do. I believe this one was to DFW Airport. I made 31 bucks off of it. Not bad, for about 35 minutes worth of work. So you can see you can make money doing this. Now the object is, unless you've got a luxury car, it is really hard to make $1,000 a week unless you're working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. And your body physically cannot take that, and your car is definitely not going to take it. And here's another thing that I do as well. Let's say I'm out working a day, and I want to go and make my money on Uber. And I want to make, I set a goal. I set a goal for about 150 bucks a day. Now that's total, whether I'm working part-time for my friend's swimming pool company, teaching a guitar lesson, or whatever the case may be. Now I'm going to switch screens again. Okay, so what I typically do is I set my trip odometer back to 0 every day. And I try to match as close as possible dollar per mile. $1 per mile is what I try to do. Now it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes it's the end of the day and I'm stuck downtown and I live 25 miles away from downtown. I'm going to have to drive back, okay? I kind of consider that like I'm leaving my office and I'm going home. But typically I can make $150 or more in a day and still drive less than 200 miles. That is the typical day. Now there's been other days. I remember when I first started, I drove a Friday. I drove all day. I think I put in like 10 hours that day, and I made $210 just off of Uber alone. Well, I drove over 300 miles that day. So that wasn't very good. Now I made good money, but I put a lot of miles on my car. So what I try to do is work smart and not hard. And like I said earlier, I will pick up a passenger. I'll take them to their destination, and I'll wait in that area. And fairly typically, I will pick up another passenger within a couple of minutes, usually within about a 10-minute drive away. Now, I don't like to accept drives more than 10 or maybe 11 minutes away, because that means you're doing a lot of extra driving, putting extra mileage on your car. You've got to work smart when you do this. I have found this out over the 4 months, and I got a lot to learn, let me tell you, but I'm getting pretty good at it. I have almost 200 5-star rated trips where passengers have rated me in the Uber passenger app. And I've driven about 450 passenger trips. Now I've done a lot of Uber Eats as well. I have backed off of delivering a lot of food as of late because what ends up happening is you drive 10 or 11 minutes to McDonald's to go pick up somebody from McDonald's, and it's 1 mile down the road. that's just not worth the drive. So I typically will deliver Uber Eats when it's a little bit slower, and it does get slower on some days, and other days are busier, and that's just the way that it is. Now I've made a little over $600 this week, and this being St. Patrick's Day, I've decided to take the rest of the day off. I rarely take Saturdays off, but I've decided to take today off. So this has been my first video, and I know I probably seem a little bit nervous and I'm all over the place and everything, but I'll get better at this. But the main thing is I wanted to get something out there. I wanted to start talking to you about my experience with Uber. And one of the don't do thing is don't go on Facebook or Twitter and badmouth Uber, okay? Because you are going to reap what you sow. If you are talking bad about the company that you are doing business with, then you are going to have a bad experience. You're going to reap what you sow. I always talk about Uber in a positive light. They're a good company. They're growing. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. More drivers are coming on board. More passengers are coming on board. It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow. And I don't know a lot about the company. I'll just tell you, it's been a godsend for me. I got divorced about 2 years ago. I was practically homeless. I was working delivering Jimmy John's and Domino's Pizza. I was a stay-at-home dad. I just took anything that I could find. And then my parents gave me my car. Like I said before, it's a 2003 Toyota Avalon. I can only drive Uber, and that's the Uber X and Uber Eats. And it's been wonderful. I've grown in the last 4 months. I'm growing every day. I'm surrounding myself with successful business people, and they're mentoring me. And that, you have got to find successful business people that can mentor you and show you how to run a business if you don't already know how to do, which I don't. I'm learning. But I am surrounding myself with successful business owners, and that's just going to rub off on me. And another thing, do not get out there and eat a bunch of fast food driving around, because you're just going to get fat and sluggish, and you're going to hate yourself after you gain 20 or 30 pounds eating all that fast food. Eat healthy. Bring some snacks with you, some celery, some carrots. Put you a pre-made meal in some Tupperware, and find a store that has a microwave and go in and heat it up. Eat smart. Eat smart. Also, while you're waiting at the airport, there's body weight exercises that you can do to get your metabolism moving and get your metabolism up. Because you're sitting in a car seat all day long, you're not burning any calories, so you're going to gain weight. I know. I worked at the swimming pool company last year. I lost 35 pounds, and I've gained about 20 of it back just since I started driving for Uber. So I'm starting a workout program and trying to keep my physical appearance up and keep my health up. Also, keep track of your expenditures. I suggest using QuickBooks for the self-employed. And also, your taxes is really cool because through Uber, you can file your taxes using QuickBooks for the self-employed, and it's free through Uber. Normally, it would cost you $89. But anyway, that's enough for today. I've rambled on. I just wanted to get a video out there. I'm starting this out. I'm going to plan more for videos. I really wanted to see how my camera and lighting were doing. It's only going to get better. But anyway, happy Irish Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Everybody stay safe. If you're out there drinking, what are you going to do? Call Uber. An Uber ride is a heck of a lot cheaper than a DUI.